So I think this is like my 7th video on this topic, and the reason is that it's just such a great topic to discuss. And now this is a great video. I just found it, or someone recommended it to me, sorry. And it's actually by a body language expert, and they've gone through and analysed this video. And I will put a link to it. It's already got 43,000 views, so it's quite a popular video, and they've done a really great job. It's the sort of thing that only a body language expert who's spent time analysing how people behave bodily would recognise. And the two key points is that the body language expert really trashes the way that Brie Larson behaves in terms of that she has no humility. So you have Chris Hemsworth, early on in the interview, he gives a lot of credit to his stunt double, and then Brie Larson claims that she'd done her own stunts, and she has no humility towards the way she speaks, towards the way she talks about other people, as if she's completely self-absorbed. And the other point this body language expert points out, and you can see it once the body language points out, and that is the way Brie Larson treats Don Cheadle and Chris Hemsworth differently, the way she looks at them, because the body language expert points out that when Brie Larson looks at Don Cheadle, she's kind of like looking down upon him and isn't really attracted towards him, and her head tilts forward. She's not smiling, she's not as attractive looking. But when Brie Larson looks at Chris Hemsworth, it's very different. Brie Larson's kind of smiling, very pouty, her eyes always wide open. Body language expert claims that Brie Larson is constantly looking for Chris Hemsworth to notice her, and it's this kind of sexual attraction, and it could even be subconscious. So Brie Larson just has this subconscious sexual attraction towards Chris Hemsworth because Brie Larson is single. Now, I'm not trying to say that Brie Larson is trying to enter into a relationship with Chris Hemsworth. Obviously Chris Hemsworth is married in a real strong family man, but it's still this attraction that Brie Larson has, and she can't really hide it. It's on display that she wants Chris Hemsworth to notice her, talk to her, and engage with her. And it gets to the point where Brie Larson is prepared to try and argue with her, yet it's this very flirtatious approach that Brie Larson has towards Chris Hemsworth that she doesn't have towards Don Cheadle. And it's really clear to see because Brie Larson, early on in the video, is deliberately elbowing Don Cheadle and deliberately trying to wind him up because Don Cheadle previously told Brie Larson that not to touch him. So Brie Larson is effectively trying to wind up or irritate Don Cheadle. But when it comes to Chris Hemsworth, she's doing the opposite. She's like smiling at him, eyes wide open, and put a little smile on him. But she's saying different words just to try and get his attention. And it's a really great video that this body language expert has done. So I will link to it. And the key is, even if you're not really interested in these actors or the Endgame movie, this video is still a really great video to watch because it just goes into little subtleties of these three people. It's a really interesting video to watch, so I will link to it below. But she really does destroy Brie Larson, and that is because the body language expert suggests that Brie Larson wasn't well raised. Early on in the video, she points out how Chris Hemsworth and Don Cheadle don't trust her. They're kind of monitoring and listening to what she says so intently in a way of completely mistrusting them. So it's a really great video. We'll link to it. And if you want to leave any comments on my video, please again below. But I just want to really promote this video. It's by Body Language Ghost. Again, I'll leave a link in the description below. So check this video out. It's a really great video. Even if you're not really interested in these actors or Avengers Endgame, it's a really great video. So I'll link to it below. And also like and subscribe to my video.